Hi, Candace.
Hi, Ida. How are you?
Great. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to see you. Well, hear you.
Yes. So, what are your must-haves to whip up a quick and delicious dish for a holiday party?
Yeah, Candace, I think the thing about the holidays is they can get so stressful so easily. And so I just do a few things to help alleviate that. And so I'm working with the National Frozen and Refrigerated Foods Association this holiday season, and we've got a couple absolute prime tips. Number one is plan that menu as far ahead of time as you can. And then number two is try to make it as low stress as possible. And the way I do that is two things. I use frozen foods that, are really already prepped for me. So there's so many vegetables and fruits that are already picked in their absolute prime, great flavor to them. Even stuff you can't get in season right now, like say corn, you could cook with. So you have a lot of great options there. And then I turn to a lot of the grocery staples that you probably already have in your refrigerator and try to incorporate those in recipes. So if I don't use all of the cream cheese in the recipe, then I can also use it for tomorrow's bagel. So I've got three recipes for you for this holiday season. The first one is this appetizer right here. And these are pesto, prosciutto, parmesan pinwheels. And what I've used to make them is a store-bought pizza crust. You could also use store-bought pie crust though. You keep those in the refrigerator, and then anytime you want to cook, you're ready to go. And what I do is just lay out the dough and paint on the pesto, or you could even use a hummus or any of your favorite kind of flavors, and then layer down the cheese. If you like the prosciutto, put that on. And the reason I love this is that you can roll them up into a little cylinder, cut them up and freeze them like that, and then bake them so that you can be there when your guests arrive instead of being stressed about if the appetizer's ready. And then I don't know about you, but for me, the main thing we always forget about during the holidays is having a good square breakfast. So I'm resolving that this year with this recipe right here. It's a cheesy breakfast potato taco, and it's really simple to make, and I love it because it's so customizable. So the real simple version is to just take scrambled eggs and add in some hot sauce or salsa, and then I like to use the pre-diced potatoes from the refrigerated section because they're cutting down on work for you. And if you want to make it more of a meal, you can amp up the flavor by adding in frozen vegetables or some shredded cheese, or my absolute requirement for all tacos, sour cream. And so that way you're making sure you're getting one really good meal, and then you can dive in on all the cookies and everything. Speaking of sweets, I have this signature dessert I'm making this year, which is an orange cream cheese bar. And they're simply things you already have on hand: marmalade, orange juice, cream cheese, and then a store-bought pie crust. You assemble it, you can make it well ahead of time, so it's perfect for a potluck or what have you. And it's really great because if you do have that leftover cream cheese, one of the things I like to do is as the months get colder, whisk some of that cream cheese into my favorite tomato sauce, and then I have an instant creamy tomato sauce that is absolutely fabulous. But the thing that you want to remember during holiday meal planning is to not bite off more than you can chew. So if you are really good at the main or the appetizer, don't hesitate to use a store-bought frozen dessert. In fact, 1 in 4 Americans do exactly that and pass it off as their own. So you can take a frozen dessert and maybe add some, personal flourishes so that it really feels like it's your personal contribution. And some things I like to do that are very simple are take frozen fruit, puree that down and use that as a sauce, or take your favorite whipped topping and add some pumpkin spice. And they're just really simple things that make it a little bit more special and homespun, even though it is actually store-bought. So, if you do the right purchasing in the store, then it's gonna be that much easier for you when you get home. So if you want more tips or tricks or any of these recipes, you can visit easyhomemeals.com.
Wonderful. Thank you, Aida. I appreciate it. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, you too. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Bye-bye.